Hello, I'm Renata Jenkins Byler, the third generation of the Roller family. Merry Christmas, and I would like to welcome you to our holiday message of peace. The Roller mission is to provide you with an experience that fosters healing while preserving the memory of your loved one. In the doors of your local Roller funeral home, that means a lot of hugs and being surrounded by those who love you the most. I know that the holidays are especially tender after a loss. Your Roller family wants you to know that we still remember them and care for you. That is why I've asked my dear friend, Chuck Monin, some of you may know him as a pigskin preacher, to come and share a special message. We hope his words will help you throughout this difficult season.
Thank you, Renata.
Oh, thank you, Chuck.
I'm happy to be with all of you and hope that you're having a good holiday season. Have you noticed that social media has a tendency to make everyone's life seem a little more glamorous than it actually is? I have a hard time believing that everyone out there is riding around on jet skis, eating steak and lobster, and drinking champagne all at the same time, while the rest of us are at home eating peanut butter sandwiches, cleaning the house, and paying the bills. But such is life. The holiday season offers another time that is almost surreal, as everyone else out there seems to be having just a terrific time. They're going to Christmas parties, they're wearing special clothing, they're flush with family and friends, all while the soundtrack in the background that plays in our ears is that buttery voice of Andy Williams telling us it's the most wonderful time of the year. But perhaps for you, it doesn't feel like it. All you do is dread the coming of the holiday season because it's yet another reminder that someone that was so dear to you, that you love so much, is no longer there. And rather than feeling wonderful, you feel down this time because of the ache of loss and loneliness. There are some things that we can do to push those feelings back and to get back to our normal selves again as much as it's possible. I would offer the following suggestions to you during the holiday season. First, attend a religious service. We have a tendency to sink within ourselves and not be able to see outside of our own problems. It always does me good to be reminded that God is on His throne in heaven, that I'm on earth, that I'm not Him, and that I need to lose myself in something greater than little old me. Another thing that we can do is to spend time in the presence of great art, literature, music, and movies. One of the things that I like to do during this time of year is watch that Frank Capra movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Reminded that all of life is not moonlight and canoes. Sometimes we have difficulties, but there's something about great art that simply causes our spirits to soar. Spend some time during this season doing those things. You can also seek out someone who is going through a really low time right now. In my work as a minister, I have the opportunity to visit the sick, to go to the homes of shut-ins who can't get out. That's something even more pronounced during the COVID pandemic. And also go to nursing homes and assisted living facilities to see those people who have been largely forgotten by the rest of society. I can even now picture in my mind's eye those people sitting in their chairs outside of their rooms with that hopeful expectation that maybe this person is going to smile at me or say hello or just acknowledge my presence. You can boost someone's spirits during this time of year far more than you know. Another thing that we can do is to volunteer at an animal shelter. All of God's creatures, great and small, weren't imagining that they were going to spend the rest of their lives locked in cages. Maybe you can go and bring some sunshine to those little creatures. Maybe even more than that, you can adopt a pet. My wife and I have a shelter dog that lives with us now, and she's brought so much more to us than we've given to her. But there's something that God has built in to these little animals that is so very special. And finally, we can give to someone in need during this time of year, the season of giving, if you will. Maybe we do that in the name of a loved one that we've lost. But for so many who are going through financial hardships during this time of year, just a little generosity from us can make all the difference for them. I had the opportunity recently to read the autobiography of Danny Trejo. You've probably seen him in several movies. He's become ubiquitous in Hollywood, it seems. But he didn't take the conventional path to Hollywood stardom. He came up in the gritty streets of California. He was familiar with violence, with drugs, with gangs. He did a lengthy stretch in prison. But he made his mind up once he got out of prison that he was going to help people get out of the throes of addiction, the same addiction that once trapped him. And he made this statement in the book. He said, "Everything good that's ever happened to me came out of helping others." That's a remarkable statement. And as you struggle to get through this holiday season, keep in mind that it is more blessed to give than to receive. And this would be a wonderful time to give to someone else. Lastly, think of Bethlehem and its message during these days. When Jesus came into the world, things didn't look very good. In fact, you could say that mankind was almost without hope. And yet, from that one seminal event, everything changed for the rest of time. In his poem, The House of Christmas, G.K. Chesterton writes the following: "There fared a mother driven forth out of an inn to roam. In the place where she was homeless, all men are at home. The crazy stable close at hand, with shaking timber and shifting sand, grew a stronger thing to abide and stand than the square stones of Rome. For men are homesick in their homes and strangers under the sun, and they lay their heads in a foreign land whenever the day is done. Here we have battle and blazing eyes, and chance and honor and high surprise, but our homes are under miraculous skies, where the Yule tale was begun. A child in a foul stable, where the beasts feed and foam. Only where he was homeless are you and I at home. We have hands that fashion and heads that know, but our hearts we lost how long ago, in a place no chart nor ship can show, under the sky's dome. This world is as wild as an old wives' tale, and strange the plain things are. The earth is enough, and the air is enough for our wonder and our war. But our rest is as far as the fire drake swings, and our peace is put in impossible things, where clashed and thundered unthinkable wings round an incredible star. To an open house in the evening, home shall men come, to an older place than Eden, and a taller town than Rome. To the end of the way of the wandering star, to the things that cannot be and that are, to the place where God was homeless and all men are at home. On behalf of our friends in the Roller Funeral Homes in the state of Arkansas, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season.